I just made it my personal mission to help people be as prepared as possible and to get as financially stable as possible. So that's what I do. And I'm a financial coach, and I'm going to give you a 30-second warning to grab some paper and a pen, and we are going to do some work together right here because we get things done in this industry. And I'm going to help you lay out a simple money management system right here, right now. So let's dive in. We all know the basics of money management. We've known them our whole life. You live on less than you make, you save, you give, you have a plan, right? It's the have a plan part that kind of trips people up. So we are going to talk about that. Let's grab our pen, let's grab our paper. I want you to write down 4 things: refocus, gain control, set a plan, accountability. All right, let's dive into this. So when we refocus, we are going to write down why having our good money management system is important to our life. And I know that sounds like a super loaded question, but let's break it down a bit. I want you to write down, who do I want to spend time with? What are some of the places I want to see? What are some of the businesses I want to start or grow? Or ways I want to impact others? What do I want my life to look like 5, 10, 15 years from now? What do I want my life to look like for my kids and my grandkids? What kind of legacy do I want to leave for people? Because we are talking about building generational wealth here, and that's going to impact people who don't even exist on this planet yet, in the form of maybe our kids or our grandkids or our great-grandkids. So let's get really intentional and be very specific in your answers. When we talk about who are the people that you want to spend time with, don't just write down friends and family, even though friends and family are probably going to be the people who fall into that category. But let's be intentional. And I want you to fill out the rest of these things this way. This is your life we're talking about. It's kind of a big deal. Take some time to sit down and write your intentions on paper, okay? And then put this piece of paper somewhere where you're going to see it every day, whether it's by your computer monitor or on your fridge or somewhere you're going to see it a lot, because when we see our desires frequently, we will almost unconsciously start to make daily shifts to get ourselves closer to those desires. So I know it sounds like this crazy psychology thing, but trust me, it works. Put your goals on paper and go ahead and put that paper somewhere where you're going to see it frequently, okay? The next thing I'm going to say, I'm going to use a word and it's going to trigger everyone immediately, but it's going to be okay, I promise. I say the word audit and people immediately think IRS looking into my finances, IRS judging me on where my money went. And it's true, if you were to get audited by the IRS, that's what would happen. But we are talking about a personal audit, and a personal audit is an amazing thing because it actually can tell us where our money has gone, and by default also really gives us an idea of what our priorities are, because where your money goes is really where your heart is. So it's May now. Let's look at April. Go to April, print off your bank statements, print off your credit card statements. If you use gift cards or cash, grab receipts for that stuff. Try to get as much of your money information as possible, and go buy yourself a pack of colored highlighters and start highlighting the heck out of those pages. See where all of your money went. Put categories to the colors, like groceries is green, pet supplies is orange, kids activities is yellow. Okay, see where that money is going. Add up those totals. All right, add up those totals. Try not to have like a $2,000 miscellaneous category, because that doesn't really help you. Try to put those maybe miscellaneous purchases in a category somewhere where they're more relevant. Okay, so figure out where all your money went. Add up, see how much you spent on groceries, see how much soccer costed you for your kids last month, see where the money went. All right, and the next step is just as important as what we just talked about. Sit with the emotions that come up with figuring out where your money went, okay? Because it usually brings up things like anger, frustration, regret. It can trigger fights between spouses when you're seeing how your spouse has spent money. And so a lot of people get to this point and they don't move forward. They let this stop them because they are afraid of sitting in uncomfortableness. And I'm going to tell you something. In order to grow, you have to be willing to be temporarily uncomfortable to get to the next level. It's true of almost everything we do in life. We don't lose 100 pounds by saying, hey, I just want to lose 100 pounds. We lose 100 pounds by intentionally eating, by getting up at 5 a.m. and going to the gym, by making sure we get exercise throughout our day, by taking care of ourselves. It's a process, not an event. Same thing with your money. So don't let this uncomfortableness trip you up. Sit with those emotions, feel those emotions. And if you don't like the way those emotions make you feel, you have the opportunity to change those going forward. And that brings us to our next step. We're going to make a plan. We're going to make a money plan. You can go on Google and put budget template in there, and it will bring you up thousands of budget templates. You don't need anything fancy. You just need something, a basic budget or money plan format. If you can't find one that you like, email me at coaching@sierramariewilson.com and I will send you one for free. Just get something and start writing down where you want that money to go. All right, we're going to tell our money to go before it leaves our bank account, because money is this really funny way of when we don't give it an assignment, it ends up in the spent and I don't know where the heck it went category every time. So tell your money where it's going to go before it ever leaves your wallet or your bank account. All right. That is how you make change, how we get to where we want to be. All right. So that's the basics of money management. It is simple. It is not easy because we are human and our humanness always gets in the way of things like that. Let's be real. If our humanness didn't get in the way of things, we would all be rich and skinny. It's true. And you know it, but it happens. Our humanness gets in the way. So the whole point of what all of us are trying to do here this weekend is to help you get out of your own way, because you are the one who can do this. All right. You are the only one who can do this for yourself. We are really good at giving ourselves excuses to not do things or to stop doing things or to kind of halfway do things. You need an accountability partner. So if you have a friend or a partner or a parent or something like that, a sibling who you trust in that space, have them be your accountability partner, but pick someone you really trust, because bearing your finances to somebody is kind of like standing naked in front of them. So you really want to make sure that you have the person that you trust in that space. And you're going to get so much farther having that accountability partner. Now, I want to tell you about a common misconception about the coaching industry. Common misconception is a coach is going to come in and they're going to do it all for me. All right? That's not true. We can't do it for you. You are the only one who can do it for yourself. But you know what we are going to do? We are going to be your biggest champion. We're going to be your biggest cheerleader. We are going to equip you with education you might not have otherwise had. We're going to show you options that you maybe didn't know you had. And the one thing about a coach versus having an accountability partner who's a friend, we are going to tell you things from our outside perspective, looking in from an unbiased perspective that maybe are going to be hard to hear, but you really need to hear them. You can do this. If you would like a guide to help you along the way, that's where a lot of us come in. That's what we do. All right. So number one, you can do this. Number two, I'm going to offer you something, which is going to be my time. 15-minute Ask Me Anything. All right. So if you feel like you have a financial question, a money mindset question, a money management question, maybe just a coaching question in general, and you want to ask somebody in the finance world, that's me. And this is your opportunity. Go ahead and click the link in the comments and you can schedule 15 minutes to ask me any of the questions you have. All right. This is golden. This doesn't happen very often, so please take advantage of it. All right.